Hello world! The Pack-a-Punch, a fundamental part of progression and an iconic piece of COD Zombies history and identity. It's so loved, people even go as far to make entire videos dedicated to just sticking every single weapon inside to see what happens. Today, we do the opposite. The rules are simple. No interacting with the Pack-a-Punch, no using any Aetherium crystals to get a free Pack-a-Punch upgrade, and above all else, no gobble guns, because that would make this challenge way too easy and make it boring as hell. For some additional challenges to spice things up a little bit, I also want to try doing all these Easter eggs without one weapons or score streaks. However, there are some Easter egg steps which do require the use of both, and I'm not resetting if I happen to just kill a basic zombie. These are really only a fail if a major threat is killed. Finally, all full best runs of each map can be found linked below in the description. Liberty Falls. I don't think it's a surprise to anyone that this is possible, being one of 2 maps I tested before even recording, because if it wasn't possible here, there is no hope for what's to come. But they're still interested in what happened. The water valve goes okay. Could have been easier if I had started the match with Aether Shroud. We get a blue tool from the Sam trial, a single around before the free one. Have this happen while getting the wires for the jet gun. I got the jump scare. Both LTG defense go fine thanks to Energy Mine, and both HVTs are quickly dealt with. To prepare for the boss fight, we set up some early mines, get rid of the jet gun since, we can't use it, and equip napalm bursts considering every major threat is weak to it. The fight itself is pretty easy due to the earlier Energy Mines, and as well as just having good training. It's only a matter of when we beat the fight, not if we beat the fight. Before heading to Terminus, let's talk about the Pac-Man. Why the hell does it still look like this? It's been almost 5 years and not once has the design been changed or restored. This thing since day one to me has looked like a damn washing machine. Every other perk machine has had a new look or a thematic change for the modern era. Why has the jingle been removed ever since Black Ops 4? I miss the early games of 1, 2, and 3. I think World War also. As soon as you inserted the weapon in his slot, it started playing the jingle. Okay, that's our tangent out right. Let's actually head to Terminus. This is where the real challenge of the run fully starts. Not only do we have 1 boss fight, but 2 throughout the Easter egg. Now, for Terminus, we do a lot of setup in the early rounds to try to get as much as possible before the Nathan fight, by using most of the side Easter eggs available on the map. For this run, we get a blue weapon with dead wire and 8 perks, with one of them, thankfully, being double tap from a free perk power up. Thanks to this, we take out Nathan in a little over 3 minutes, and we can now progress through the map and make it to the bomb step with no real problems. Bomb step would have been completely fine, yet for some reason this didn't count as being defused. But that wasn't really a problem, it just meant we needed to spend a little bit longer getting another charge for Aether Shroud. Now, all that's left is boss fight. We set up by getting a gold secondary weapon for the Beam Smasher, and equipping Napalm Burst for 13's first phase and Manglers, and Dead Wire for the Amalgams, as well as 13's Tentacles in the second phase. With said preparations, we die. Okay, let's talk about the fight. The fight goes really well for the first and second phase, since we can easily avoid 13 by just training around the arena. Also, Manglers aren't as big of a problem as I thought they would be, since most of them just die to 13's attacks anyways. However, this comes at a cost, as any enemy who actually dies to 13 drops nothing, which made armor a really big problem throughout the fight. But an even larger problem is phase 3. In phase 3, 13 not only cuts the arena in half, but he also starts spamming his wipe attack, which we can't stop, due to the lack of firepower, and spawns in amalgams, which do not die from 13 slams like the Manglers, and can survive a wipe attack. So, how do we fix this? Well, first, we have to get back to the fight. So we set up for Nathan again, getting a purple weapon, dead wire, and 9 out of 11 perks this time, but of which we don't have double tap. But we do have a free perk Easter egg left, so as long as we don't lose to 50-50 with death perception, we should be good. right? Oh, are you kidding me? Okay, let's hope I can do Nathan for purple, but god damn, are you serious? Every perk in the game is a double tap. Thankfully, even without double tap, we can still kill Nathan, defuse the bombs, reject a ray gun from the mystery box, and go into boss fight, this time with Cryo Freeze for Parasites in Phase 2, and Shadow Rift for Phase 3 and Amalgams. This still doesn't let us win. We actually do worse than the first attempt, but unlike before, I save and quit before dying so I can try to fight again, without having to redo the entire hour of setup, but also swap my augments for Jug, to try and keep my armor for as long as possible, even if the armor wouldn't be as protective. This, along with realizing I could just jump off the platform instead of trying to hide behind the generators, led to the run. So fucking close. Oh no. Okay, even if I die here, I know the strategy for next time. I know the strategy for next. Okay, Paul, get me up the ladder. Please get me up the ladder. I know the strategy for next time. I know it for next time. Come on, just die, just die, just die. Yes! Oh, never mind, there is no next time. Oh, Citadel is a lot less interesting than Terminus for this challenge, as there isn't as many side Easter eggs that we can use to try to get a head start. Also, this Easter egg doesn't require as much firepower due to not having a midway mini-boss. We also get Incantation, a tactical equipment which can insta-kill zombies, including those pesky amalgams on the last map. I cast upon thee, shock your balls! Although, Citadel is the reason why I decided to include the restriction of no wonder weapons, as a Dark Ops challenge of Legend already has you use only the swords for the boss fight, the only difficult part of the challenge, and they can't be packed one. This fight plays out very similar to Terminus also, with phases 1 and 2 being relatively simple due to having a large space to move around, with phase 3 being super close quarters with the boss. However, unlike Terminus, the Golem has no elemental weakness, so we just equip Light Men to deal extra damage against Doppelgas and try to get some extra healing throughout the fight. Armor also wasn't as big of a problem, as the Golem doesn't kill as many zombies as 13, and because I now know which augments to use to try to preserve my armor, we still aren't able to kill him on the first try, but on the second attempt, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but this has been such a fucking clean boss fight. I already lost QR. He's about to die any second now. He's about to die any. There he goes. Okay. That was so good. Oh my god, that was so much cleaner than the first attempt. This was attempt 2. You can definitely tell which boss I know more. Shattered Veil, yes, we're skipping over the tomb for now, is also very similar to Citadel, as once again, there's no side Easter eggs for some early progression. Although there are mini bosses throughout the Easter egg, but we do have to use the Ray Gun Mark II to at least break their shield, which does end up meaning the Easter egg is not possible wonder weaponless, as these are definitely a major threat. However, progressing through everything else is easier than ever, since this map introduces double tap to the game. This unfortunately comes with a heavy cost, since the boss fight in this is balanced around the player having double tap. This can be really seen as it takes us 25 minutes just to get past the first quarter of the boss's health, which is phase 1 of the Z-Rex. This slow pace also punishes us. As the boss fight goes on, more of the toxic pools that the Z-Rex spews out will keep spawning, and they don't despawn unless you go through a phase. We also can't stop the Z-Rex from puking up these toxic pools, as we don't have the damage to kill the toxic zombies inside the Z-Rex. I didn't even manage to get to phase 3 on my first attempt. From being unfamiliar with training the boss, and by how much we get slowed down by and hurt by the toxic pools, I immediately used the ray gun next attempt to even see if this fight would be possible in less than an hour. Right away, it wasn't looking good, only doing a couple hundred more damage than what my AR did. But when shooting the toxic zombie inside the Z-Rex, that's a damage number I can work with. Because of this, we do make it to phase 3, but not phase 4. For this, I had 2 ideas to make it possible. First, bring a chopper gunner in. So on the next attempt, we can easily just build a chopper gunner or just get lucky and get one from a special enemy, but not the Wonderwaff. As you might know, there is a side Easter egg to get a free one, but it's pretty hard to do solo, as the main strategy to get it is to use a Mustang and Sally, a pack-punched weapon. I did try to do it without, but had no luck, which wasn't great, as the only other way to get the gun is from the box. For those who have not played this game, the box sucks. The rate at which you get wonder weapons is low, and even if I roll a wonder weapon, I have to hope I don't get another ray gun, even though I already have one in my hands and can't pick up another one. My brother, who was trying to have some fun on this map, doing some high round stuff, ended up getting Box Addict before the Wonderwaff, while being in the 40s. A round that you definitely more than should have been able to get the gun. And to say, I wasn't feeling great about my chances to get the Wonderwaff, especially trying to get it on a lower round so the boss fight would be easier. But somehow this happened.
Do your worst. I'm ranger trained to fire pretty much anything.
This was my second roll of the box I did this game. If I didn't win this fight on this save file, I was not gonna get another chance. A chance I felt like I had blown right away, as I lost my quick revive before even starting phase 3. But
Ultimate ghillie suit.
oh my god. Oh my god, I did it. Fuck you. If I didn't do this run, I was about to call it quits. The Reckoning Easter egg does require some firepower as opposed to some of the others, as we need to kill 3 mini bosses. However, we do have access to Deadshot, Double Tap, and the Sharp 2 Easter egg for a free Aether tool. But we also have the Bins, which do provide us the one thing we can't use. Now, using said power, we take out Fowler, the Forsaken, and Disciple HVT for the Aether Blade. The Aether Blade, although not as good as the incantations on Citadel, can be used to insta-kill 3 zombies and give us a speed boost with stamina. Aside from having to kill some vermin with the Gorg effects, we don't upgrade and use it to kill anything else throughout the entire Easter egg. All the other steps of the egg can be done with our basic weapon, which leaves us once again at the boss fight. Just like the Z-Rex, Sam is also balanced around us having double tap, and paired with the fact she's invincible 90% of the time, makes this fight very boring and long. Attempt 1. I get too greedy trying to do damage and later die from forgetting that standing under her after she does her laser sack just kills you. Attempt 2. Get trapped by the mines and get absolutely sniped by Sam trying to kill some zombies. Before attempt 3, we have to do everything again and have this happen. Thankfully, saving and quitting fixed this, and before the fight I realized, this time, the Woodfizz here also doesn't spawn in before round 25. Not a huge issue, right? As the only perk we don't have is Death Perception, which, you know, isn't very useful in the boss fight. So, we started attempt 3, learned that standing under her while she shoots out mine is a great idea, as she doesn't drop mines directly below her. And things are going okay, until this happens. But thankfully we're close to the first Sam trial, so we can hopefully complete it and get quick revive back. We do get a trial, and I can complete it. So we grab the power up and lose another 50-50 to Death Perception. Now I need to do another third of the fight without quick revive, and somehow make it to the next trial. A trial I can't do. So I keep fighting until... At this point, my mind is racing. Trying to think of where were the mines at? Where were Sam at? Was she moving towards me? Was she moving away? Where were the zombies at? But in the end... At this point, this was it. I was done. And decided to end it on my own terms. This fight is possible to do. But I did not want to throw another hour and a half trying this again. I had yet to even record the tomb at this point. Also, before you ask about Richtofen.
No.
Finally, we make it back to the tomb. We use Society Strike to pick up the free Cryo Freeze and not pick up the free Crystal. Farm lots of salvage using the spores around the Dark Aether. And pick up a blue tool because I somehow managed to shoot both waterfalls by accident. We grab both pieces of the ice staff and defend it. Use the staff to upgrade it. I'm just going to tell you right now, we need to use this thing for the boss fight. We do the Vermin, Parasite, and Doppelgas trial, all without the ice staff, but sadly have to use it on the Amalgam due to a lack of available ammo, which leaves us at the boss. If you know this fight, you've probably been questioning if it's possible the entire video. Unless you've skipped to this point in the video. Because unlike every boss in this game, this boss is a damage check. Which means unless we can pump enough damage in time into this thing, we end up doing 0 damage to the boss. So, do we have enough damage? No we don't. But I knew this. Remember when I said I tested 2 maps at the start of the video? In testing this map, my setup could damage the boss in directed mode. My initial plan for this was to use a free full power up, but because we're on directed, it doesn't spawn. So I don't have Frenzy Guard for this final bit. I don't think this is possible. And if it's not, I'm still happy with this run and this video. Regardless of what happens, I hope you enjoyed watching the video. Let's finish this.
Baseball team together or what?
Max ammo.
Nah.